And yes, we are live. Good evening, everyone. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry about that. Hey, Nigeria happened to us. We'll be battling with our network, but it's all sorted now. Good evening from this part of the world. You are welcome to our Sunday live with the topic before you blame behavior, heal the gods. Can I be heard, everyone? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to our third service. How was your day and how was your service? Welcome. Today we're talking about healing the gods. Still on our series of the gods series. Today we are addressing behavior because most parents have issues with their children behavior, not knowing the origin and where to start. Today we're talking about before you blame behavior, heal the gods. And this webinar goal is to help parents understand their child's behavior, emotional struggles. They are not stubbornness, like we say. They are not disobedience, but they are message from inflamed and imbalanced gods. Can I be heard? Please, can you put in the comment section? Go and invite your friends, your neighbors. Tell them we are live. Let them come online. Thank you. Okay. Many times we are quick to correct, shout, feel discouraged. But what if I told you that many behaviors we see in our children are not really behavior, they are biological? Hmm? They're not really behaviors, they are biological. I remember thinking my child was just difficult, crying for no reason, restless, not listening, or refusing to sit still. But when I realized that the issues were from his God, I began to see the truth. Those behavior were cries for help, cries from the inside. Once the gods begin to heal, you see calmness, you see focus improve, you see joy, you start to wear up. And that's our story. When I started to heal my child's gods, that's when I started seeing better behavior. I started seeing better focus, better attention. Those constant murder my child used to have, constant anxiety, constant tantrums, they all began to fade away as I started working on the gut. So we're talking about the gut, which is the foundation. Like we know, the gut is the second brain. We talked about it last week, that your gut is your second brain. Healing starts from the inside. Healing starts from the gut to what you now see physically outside. You don't start healing outside in. You start healing inside out. And that's what we talked about that day. Today, we're going to be talking about the gut and the behavior. The gut produces most of body's serotonin, dopamine, the chemical that control mood, the chemical that control focus, the chemical that controls calm. So we have to realize that in helping our child have a better behavior, we have to visit the gut. When the gut is inflamed or full of toxins, it sends stress signals to the brain. The child becomes very irritable, the child becomes very impulsive, anxious, or unfocused. The child becomes so restless. You'll be battling with behavior every now and then, not knowing what to do. But if you address the goals, you will see this child become calmer. You see this child having a better behavior like he will want. Have you noticed your child acts cranky, restless, when constipated or bloated? If you have, let me know in the comment section. Have you noticed that? That's the God speaking to you. That's the God speaking to the brain that all is not well here. So before you blame behavior, address the God. Before you blame behavior, start healing the gods and you will see a better behaved child. You see a relaxed, a well rested child. God's imbalance, God's imbalance is equals behavior imbalance. Like I say, healing starts from the guts. The brain cannot function in isolation. It's not most people just talk about the brain. The brain is what does it. The gut, what you feel, the gut is where the healing starts from. That's where your transformation that you seek will start from. When the gut lining is damaged, you see toxins leak into the bloodstream, causing inflammation, and this affects the brain. And that's what is called leaky gut. You see the gut, the lining of the intestinal walls is damaged. You see that even the food you are putting in is not really benefiting the child as it were. So you have to start from the gut. This can cause hyperactivity, aggression, emotional meltdown, zoning out. You will not see a well-rested child until you address the gut. The gut is the most important, like I say, is the foundation. Before you start anything, before you focus on so much therapy, try to heal the gut. Try to heal the gut. That's when you see a better behavior. That's when you see the focus you seek. That's when you see the rest you seek in your child. It's not about adding more, just adding more hours of therapy, adding more supplements, adding more. They are not bad in themselves. Like I always say, therapy is not bad in itself. Supplements is not bad in itself. But the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If the foundation is destroyed in you facing the gods, what can you do? If you've not addressed the most important aspects of your child's healing, how do you expect the transformation? How do you expect the child to thrive? How do you expect that relaxed child you are looking for? How do you expect that focused child you're looking for? How do you expect it to come? You have to start the healing from the most important, which is the gods. That's our insight. Like my dad would always say when he was alive, that he told me there is no zip to know what is going on there, because that is a different word on its own. It sends signals to every other part of the body. It sends signals to the brain. If the gut is well, the body will be well. If the gut is sick, if the gut is not in order, the brain cannot be in order. It will certainly send signal to that brain. It's not bad behavior. It's the body struggling to detox. Imagine trying to calm with a stomach ache. How possible could that be? Imagine trying to calm with a headache and toxic build up. That's how our children feel daily with gut imbalance. That's how they feel daily with gut issues when the stomach lining is destroyed. That's how they feel. Imagine you're trying to calm. How can you be calm? Most times, the children of the spectrum, some might not be that expressive, some might not really have that full speech. They might have the receptive but not expressive to be able to explain in details to you that my tummy is paining me, or I feel pain on my abdomen, I feel this, I feel that. You may not, you just be struggling and be wondering, what's all this? Why is this child just having constant, because it has happened to me. Why is this child having constant tantrums? Why is this child having constant meltdown and agitation? You see restlessness, anxiety issues. When the gut is out of place, anxiety issues becomes norm. The anxiety issues becomes just the regular. You'll be feeling like, why is this child so difficult to understand? Why is this child not behaving the way I expect? You can be doing several things, but not addressing the gut can cost you a whole lot, and it can even, further shorten the journey, or further rather prolong the journey instead of shorten it and help you further. So you have to address the gut, which is the primary way to get the transformation you belong. I hope I can be heard. I hope you are following. I hope you are following. Please, can I see that? So imagine trying to calm yourself, or trying to help your child calm with stomach ache, headache, like I said. How possible is that? You can't calm when the gut is out of place. So the gut and behavior, they work hand in hand. The gut is what will set the pace. How the child feels in the gut, how the child feels in the inside is how it will reflect on the outside. That is why you have to prioritize healing your child's gut. You have to prioritize paying attention to how this child is feeling in the inside. What triggers gut imbalance? One is processed food. In our last week, when we're talking about the free picking eating series, we talked about having all this taken out from your child's diet: carbonated drinks, fizzy pastries, having food with a lot of artificial sweeteners, coloring, preservatives. They are not good for the child's gut. A child that is battling with developmental issues, you are giving them excessive sugar snacks, artificial colors, flavors, processed. Prepare your meal yourself. It might be difficult. It might not really be that it's easy, because if you say it's easy, that means we are lying to you. It might not really be that easy. But what would you rather do? It's best you sacrifice. Like my mentor will say, if you don't do the time now, you will do it later. Either ways, you pay the price. You have to pay the price for your child's total well-being. You have to pay the price for your child to try for that transformation you seek. If you don't put in the time now to prepare your child's meal yourself, or involve someone, let the child's meal be prepared from the house, not today eating out, tomorrow eating out, next tomorrow eating out, or fast ways of eating. Fast most times is not always fast. It's rather shortens the child's journey. For the fact that they said is fast food, it slows down development for the child. It slows down that focus that the child is supposed to have. We have to pay attention to what our children eat. Take away processed food, take away sugar, take away artificials, preservatives, and what have you. Take them out. You will have yourself to thank when you start paying attention to this. Take them out. Focus on natural whole food. I use natural whole food. I use natural method to get my child healed. I healed my child's gut from natural means, not one artificial food, not one supplement. For the past 7 years now, my children, in fact, all of them, because if you want to transition, most times do it generally for the entire household. It makes it easier. Because some parents say, okay, they have a special diet for their child with developmental issues, they have a special diet for the other children, they have a special diet for daddy and mommy. Why not involve, why not make it like a family thing? Because what is healthy for the child is also healthy for the parents, is healthy for every member of the family. Why exclude this child? Okay, this is what this child is eating. For instance, noodles is not good. Nobody buys it in my house. Nobody has eaten it for years. Like I said last week, over 3 years now, I've not bought noodles. What am I going to do with it? And I don't even do cheats that, okay, they're not around, let me quickly do it. And like I said, I used to love noodles, not just like once in a while. Every time I wanted to eat it, you know, I would just garnish with, make it very spicy. But when I saw the damage, one, it wasn't even good for me. When I saw the damage it was also doing to my child, I just, there's price to pay. If you don't pay the price today, you will pay it tomorrow. Either ways, you will do the time. You can't escape it. There is always something to sacrifice. Are you sacrificing that your favorite meal? Are you sacrificing that your favorite snack? Or your child is on the altar of sacrifice? My dear parents, something must be on the altar. You have to decide today, what is it that I am sacrificing? Am I sacrificing my time? Am I sacrificing this favorite meal of mine? Am I sacrificing this my favorite snacks? Or it's my child that is on the altar of sacrifice? You have to choose what that sacrifice will be. You have to choose what is it that I want to sacrifice. Like my own case, I decided this is my favorite meal. I have to sacrifice it. Come on, what is it? Am I going to? I've been eating this thing. What have I added? Long life and prosperity to my life. And if I don't eat it, what will I really have to lose anyways? I just concluded and I said I have nothing to lose. So I rather have a lot to gain. Eradicating this food 7 years now, I have not stopped one day. There was a time I ran out of fruits to give to my children. I had given them their lunch to take to school and everything. I made sure I drove to the school to go and drop the snacks for them, which is their fruits. When it's snacks time, my children take their fruits. They are so used to it. Like my husband was saying, the time I was, making some changes about me one time, I was like, those children, my husband said, please, if you know that this is what is best, do it for every member of the family. There are some food that was not eaten in your family. Maybe they eat it in another person's family. You grew up not eating it. What has it done to you? Did you die not eating it? Why there are some meal that this is a priority in this particular person's family? The other person that is not eating it does not even know about it. In my family now, we know how to eat groundnut soup. Like when we're getting married, I taught my husband to eat groundnut soup. There was nothing like groundnut soup in his family. He grew up not eating groundnut soup. If he didn't marry a wife that also eats groundnut soup, he would have ended up not eating groundnut soup all his life. It's what you're exposed to. That's why Coach Wendy will always say, my mentor, that you are your child's destiny. You everything about your child is dependent on you. You are your child's destiny. If you don't eat a particular food, you end up not giving it to your children. They grow up not even knowing what it is, except out of curiosity. They now grow up, okay, let them try this, let them try that. Like I made an example with that groundnut soup. If I didn't end up making groundnut soup for my husband, he would have not known what is groundnut soup, because that's why we are from the same state. It's not even as if it's an intertribal marriage. We're from the same state. Yet, groundnut soup was never made in his family. Meanwhile, it was irregular in my family. So if you don't expose these children to it, they don't know what is it, and they end up not eating it. So it's not a problem if you take this out. They have nothing absolutely to lose. Another thing is antibiotics overuse and lack of probiotics. It's another major way the gut of our children are being damaged. Overuse and overuse of antibiotics is not good. You see any little thing, especially in this part of the world, we self-medicate a lot. A child is feeling headache. The next thing, you have gone to buy antibiotics. We suspect maybe it's malaria and typhoid. You are just going to the pharmacy to buy. No test is done, nothing. Buy anti-malaria. From there, give me antibiotics as well, so that if it's malaria and typhoid, we just treat it at once. If it's this, give me antibiotics. Any little thing, you see it in a year, the child has taken how many packs of antibiotics? It's a no. Excessive use of antibiotics destroys the gut lining of the child. We start having these gut issues, and when the gut is damaged, we start having excessive anger, meltdown, uncontrolled emotions. You see the child's emotions everywhere. You'll be wondering what's going on. There are some things you'll be doing right, but one particular thing you are doing wrong is jeopardizing the healing of the child. It's jeopardizing the transformation that you seek in the child. Because of that antibiotics you are giving to the child's gut is inflamed, the child's gut is damaged, and you're wondering, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But it's like you're doing +1 - 1 equals to 0. If you put in 1, you remove 1, where does it end you? It takes you back to starting afresh. So antibiotics overuse is one major cause of this. Another thing is constipation or leaky stool, not properly addressed. Excessive constipation, because there was a time my child, like I said, when we're in this battle, 3 days he has not used the toilet. It was a tough one. Highly constipated, will be battling for this child to poop. Days. Do you know what it means? You're just putting in, you're not taking out. And the other is supposed to be, as you exit, you put in more. As you put in, it goes through the process of esophagus, the small, the large intestine, and it goes out to the arms. You're just putting in, and you are not taking out. The child will have that alone. The day I was constipated, there's no day I don't use the toilet once, twice every day. How? What happens? But the day I was constipated, I said, is this what my child was going through? This one that just happened to me once. And I knew you will not be settled. Even me as an adult, I was not settled. I was in so much pain, so much discomfort, so much anxiety. I couldn't really focus. So, because most times, God just allows us to go through some things so that we can see how our child is really feeling. We just experience some things so that we can be able, because if you don't put, that's why they say put yourself in another person's shoes. That does not mean you should enter the person's shoes. It's like going through that process, even if it's for a little bit, so that you will know that this thing that this child is going through is really a lot. Because we just assume, why is this child, or we just tag children because they have developmental delays. That means that, oh, the child was first a child before it became a special needs. I always tell, that's when I was trying to also teach my children to bait, including my child that had developmental delays. I looked at it, I said, who's going to bait this child till you get to 10 years, I'll still be baiting you, 12 years, I'll still be baiting you, 15 years. How come? No, I won't do that. I said, this child is first a child before the diagnosis. It doesn't take, the thing is that they still learn what they will learn. It just that it might not take the duration. You cannot really put a time frame that, okay, it takes 3 months to get this milestone. But for a special child, it might not really be like that. They might not really get it in that time frame, but they will still get it. Sure, they will. I was teaching my child how to bait. He can bait himself. It did not happen one day. It did not happen in 1 month. Meanwhile, maybe for his sibling, it might not really be like that. But that does not mean that they are not getting it. They will still get it. They will still get it. Just that it takes time. Why am I moving to this? That child is first a child. So you that is going through that constipation, you know that, okay, this child, this is, imagine me not comfortable, having so much issues with discomfort, and everything. And I felt, okay, now I see where the issues are. I took it upon myself to make sure that my child's gut was hit, because that was one of the major battle we had on our journey. When I mean major, it was the major and it was the foundation. And when my child's gut was healed, I found out that so many things started to just align on their own. I didn't have to start, going through a lot of things. I've been doing a lot for the transformation that I was looking for. From healing the child's gut, constipation was gone. He uses the toilet every day now, once or twice every day. He must use that toilet. Another thing is stress and poor sleep. We're talking about causes. What leads to gut imbalance? What leads to gut damage? Stress and sleep. A well-rested child is a well-rested gut. The less the child sleeps, the worse the child will behave. Have you seen a child that didn't really sleep well at night? We're taking the child to school the next day. Even waking the child up, the child is cranky, the child don't really do well in school the next day because the child has not really slept well. It's very important. It's very, very important that we prioritize these children's sleep. Because if a child doesn't really sleep well, if as an adult, you can't function well. Poor sleep will always have behavior issues in children. It will always lead to it. So let them sleep well. Let children sleep well. Let them have better rest. Not just lying on the bed. Put off the light. I always say it. Don't let them sleep with very bright lights. I don't know how to sleep with bright lights. Don't let them sleep with very bright lights. Let them enter that deep sleep. It helps the brain because the brain develops even while we sleep. So when a child is not sleeping well, some people brag, my child. What is a child doing at 10 p.m. not asleep? From 11 p.m. Why? Maka, why? Like the Igbos we say in Nigeria. Why is the child not sleeping at 10 p.m.? What business is that child roaming around watching TV? And you want the child's gut not to be affected? Poor sleep will always lead to gut issues. Another thing is too many supplements without restoring gut's foundation. Parents of special needs children, it's not your fault. I don't always come to judge because I know how it can be. What is it that is working now? Everybody is, okay, my neighbor used this, everybody is rushing. My uncle said this, you are going. Do you know that there's one supplement that is working now. It's not like big supplements you use for your child. In fact, when working on your transformational journey, the less the better. I have come to see it myself. The less, the better. It's not about packing. You see some parents, what's it called? Kitchen is like pharmacy, proper pharmacy. In the morning, they will slaughter out all the supplements. They are just, when I saw one picture, I wish I can share it. When I saw one picture of what a parent gives to the child, we're talking about over 15 supplements. I looked at it, I cringed. Like, what is this? For one child, you give this, vitamin this, and one thing that, one this one is good for this one is good for that. They mix everything up like concussion and give to the child. Afternoon again, they go back to status quo. In the evening again, the same thing. Before you know it, one will be working against the other. There are some vitamins that really might be needed for the child, like vitamin D, maybe because the child is not getting enough sunlight, you know, vitamin B might be needed, but not excessive, vitamins here and there, just buying. I know that parents want their children to be better. They really want them to thrive. They really want them to leave that anxiety, that tantrums. I've seen where some children that are so hyperactive, destructive, that, even having self-injurious behavior, giving themselves so much injury. There was one I watched, I was crying through at that time. You just want to just do anything that will help. Some is injection. They have to always inject this child to be calm to sleep. It's not the parents' fault anyways. But you can do better. You can go for knowledge. You can get what works. You have to just zero your mind from, okay, let me get this few. 1, 2, 3. Or as the case may be, just get this few. Let me focus on it. You will find out that that child will even thrive. Unlike when you just pack them and just be giving. Today is this, tomorrow is this. Some of them, before one will even work, they have switched to another. They are just giving a lot of supplements. Too many supplements. Not even, and after this supplement, they don't even try to restore the gut. They don't even give probiotics, prebiotics. They're just giving too much supplements. Nothing to even help the gut flora. Nothing. Just damaging. It will just complicate issues. Please, parents, stop giving excessive supplements to our special children. It's not in the solution is not in the supplement. It's in holistic approach. I did get my child using the toilet. I did get my child moving from that constipation from supplements. No. I did not get my child. I used natural method. That's what worked for me. Remember I told you last week that my child was scheduled to be flown abroad for surgery because I said it was surgery that was going to heal it. Mind you, I have also seen parents that have done surgery for their children with gut issues, not only one. I have seen a parent told me not just one, but did he get that gut fixed? No, the gut was not even fixed after that surgery. So surgery is not the first line of action. Surgery is not what will do it. Surgery is not where the solution lies. The solution lies in the natural method. Use food. Use God ordained means to heal this child. So we talked about that those excessive supplements, which is bad, which is causing issues for these children. Supplement upon supplement. Parents, please stop buying excessive supplements. It's not even supplement you hear of, you rush to. Some of them are not good for your children. They're not able to tell you that, this one that I took today. You will see some of them, they will take that supplement, they're not able to sleep. They're not able to sleep. Sleep is gone out of the child. You see some supplements, you see so many a time I will see someone say, when I not tried the supplement, my child became very hyperactive. They started sending messages from the school. This child is bullying someone. And this child, they won't injure themselves. You see something hitting their head, just being restless because all is not well in the inside. So let's stop the supplements. Because when we treat the surface, behavioral therapy, discipline and all that, without healing the gut, we are not really heading anywhere in terms of healing and transforming our special children. When we treat the surface, when you are giving supplements, it's like you just trying to plant on a farmland that is full of weeds. what you do first is to clear up that weed before you now plant for it to grow and germinate. Because what you want to see is fruit in your children, not growing among tongues and thistles. You have to remove that weed. That's why you have to heal the gut first before you talk about giving supplements. If you must give supplements, I'm not totally against supplement. No, I'm not totally against therapy, behavioral therapy, ABA, forcing the child to do 10 hours therapy every day. Therapy is good, but you must heal the child's gut. If you are looking for behavior, good behavior, behavior balance, focus, attention, calm, you must heal the behavior of that child. You must heal the gut rather of that child, because you cannot heal the child without healing the gut. You can't heal that child without healing the gut. You cannot plant without taking off that weed. Before you, okay, imagine you are trying to fix the branches without fixing the root of a tree. How does that work? Everything will start from the tree. If a tree is bad, if you cut off the branches, it does not mean that it will help the tree. It's from the roots. That's why I use that scripture that says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The righteous will pull down the foundation and build another. I've been privileged to participate in building our home. In fact, I'm the number one engineer, though I'm a science person. Well, when we started our building, the foundation, there were so many issues. We were trying to put blocks, put things on top. I said, no, this was not. In fact, we would have finished. That's why you see some house, after a while, they collapse. The house would have just bent to one side because the issue is from the foundation. We had to tackle the issues. That's, oh my God, in building our home, it taught me a whole lot. God he uses a lot of things to teach us on a daily basis. It's not until we just hear the loud, authoritative voice, my doctor, this is it. No, he uses seemingly consequential things to teach us. Even a child can teach you. Situations on a daily basis you encounter can teach you. So that in participating in building of that house, I learned a lot. I learned at the power of foundation, that the full building you are seeing, the foundation holds it. Not the aesthetics you are seeing, not the roof per se. The foundation is what holds the success, and the integrity of that building is in the foundation. That's how it is when you start looking for transformation for your special child. That's how it is when you start looking for that your child to thrive. You have to go to the foundation, which is the guts. Go to the foundation, which is the gods. That's where you will see the transformation you are looking for. That's where I started from. I wish I even knew better. At times I used to say, if I had known what I know now, we would not have even been where we are. We would have moved further than this. Because I didn't know early that it was even the gods. I was busy chasing other things, chasing 1,000 hours of therapy and all that. Until I realized this. Thank God I realized it when I didn't. Because in that, I started seeing my child thrive. So many things started living on their own without anybody. Before you are driving my child, and you just went down the window, the glass to get something. Everything is compulsory. If you don't do these things this way, if you don't pass this thing, when they got started to heal, those things vanished on their own. Nobody now did therapy, sit down, this is how you do like that. Nothing. Those OCDs, those behaviors, if you don't do this, oh my God. I wish you can understand this. I wish you can just see my insight to see how I'm pouring out this thing to you. Because I'm speaking from the place of experience. The man with the experience is never the messing with the man with the arguments. I have seen this, and I know what I am seeing. When I started fixing the gut of my child, I started seeing the transformation I was looking for. I started seeing so many things change on their own without extraordinary thing put there. Now, what are the simple steps? Because we've taken over 30 minutes. It's supposed to just be between 30 minutes and 45 minutes. I think I will still stick to that time. What are the simple steps that parents can take? Start your day with a cleansing drink. Lemon water, cucumber juice in the morning. Start your day with a cleansing drink. It will help your child's guts. cleanse toxins, clear out toxins from your child's system and hydrate the gut lining. You know, another thing, add a gut calming meal to your child's diet on a daily basis. Powerful, soft cooked vegetables. Add all this suits the gut and rebuild the lining of the stomach. Another evening routine, have an evening routine. Like I talked about sleep. Hey, you can't take away sound sleep from gut healing. No. Have a constant evening routine of minimum of 8, 9, 10 hours of sound sleep. 5 hours is a no-no. 6 hours is a no-no. Let this child sleep well. A well-rested child is a better behaved child. A child that does not sleep well, even an adult, if you don't sleep well, the next day you won't be able to function well. Your eyes will be red, even your emotions will be everywhere. You will not be stable, you will not be focused as an adult. What about a child already going through a lot of issues? If a child does not sleep well at night, they can't behave very well the next day. So prioritize sound sleep. Make it a point of duty. You can even go, like I make it a ritual in my home. Go for evening walks. It's very crucial. It helps the child to calm down. Most times when I go around my environment, take a walk with my children, as they're coming back, their body is already relaxed. The next thing is they are transitioning to bed. Practice this today. Help your child sleep very well at night. You will see that it will help the child's gut. Sound sleep is very, very important. It resets the brain naturally. Sound sleep, it resets the brain naturally. Take your child on an evening walk. Let them go on a stroll. You see, it helps the lymphatic system. You see that sweat because detox happens and you see the child ready as he just gets home. Before you are even taking that child to the shower to take his bath or her bath, that child is already ready to sleep. As they hit the bed, straight to sleep. When you've exercised a lot, you have more sound sleep. Even as an adult, as I'm coming back to, I do struggle to sleep. So practice this. It will help your child. So instead of blaming behavior, heal that gut. Work on the gut. You will see that the transformation you are looking for, it will come. Even these small changes can begin to bring calm to the child. I might not be able to put a time frame. From a week sef, you will see that it's really working. It doesn't, because one thing about when you are doing something right, when something is working, you will know. When it's not also working, you will know. From doing this, you see that transformation. You see everything beginning to work already without having anxiety. Without, you just see it move. You just see it flow. You know what is working. You know what is not working. You see, because when the gut is calm, the mind just follows. When the gut is calm, the brain, you just see the brain is reset. Everything just begin to work. Parents, our children are not broken. It again and again. I have seen it again and again. Even in my work with special needs parents, I have seen it again and again. Those that have followed my counsel, they have seen transformation. They have testimonies everywhere. When the gut begins to heal, that aggression drops, the calm restores, the eye brightens, you see the brain begins to awaken. When the child's gut is fixed, when the child's gut begin to heal, you will see everything begin to work. The gut will help behavior, will help every other thing you desire. Because everything will start from the stomach. Okay, imagine now you are feeling headache or someone is having headache, for instance. What you take, where is it going to? To the stomach. Do you take the what's it called? Painkiller or whatever, if it's fever, anti-fever, train you. That is from the stomach, everything happens. You're having body pains, you want to take drugs. Where do you put it? It goes to the stomach. That's why life begins from the inside. Life begins from this inside. It begins from the stomach, the guts. It begins from there. Have you ever seen someone say, I'm feeling pains on my leg? You now take drugs and put it on the leg? No. You're feeling pains in your arm, for instance. You don't take drugs and put it that arm. You are feeling pains in your ears. except if it's maybe like eardrop or something, you still take drugs from the inside to work on that thing. It will not send signal to the place you want it to work. Okay, imagine you are feeling headache at the same time, stomach pain. You will take the drugs that is meant for that. Even if you go to see a physician, give you drugs. The drugs will work for that stomach pain, work for that headache. But it's inside the stomach you're putting it. That's how it is when it comes to special needs children. As you take it inside, as you face that gut, as you work on that gut, everything begins to work on every other part of the body. The brain begins to align. Everything, the behavior begin to set. The constipation begin to go. The academical issues, you see, it's not like magic. It doesn't work overnight, but you just see the transformation on a daily basis. This thing works because this is what worked for me. I didn't have to go and do surgery to fix my child's guts. I started from holistic approach. We are still on the journey. Well, and like I said, we've not gotten to where we want to be, but we are sure not where we used to be. We're on a journey, and we are really seeing the results. Fix the guts. That's why I created the Heal the Gods, Heal the Child course, which is coming in 1st and 2nd of November. If you have not registered for that course, what are you waiting for? If you have not registered for that course, you are so wrong. You are so wrong, because in that course, I'm going to be explaining what I did, the practical steps, the food, everything I did. I'm going to be explaining and sharing it with parents that register on how to heal their child's guts, because the gut is where the healing starts from, not any other place. It's gut. That's why I created that course, to guide parents step by step through the process to bring that transformation that they are looking for. In it, we'll go deeper into the 3 healing phase: the cleanse stage, the rebuild, then the awaken. The cleanse, the rebuild, the awaken. You will learn exactly what to give, what to remove. Like I told you, there is something to remove, there is something to add in. You will learn exactly what to remove, what to give, and how to restore peace in your child's gut and in your home. When you come for that course, you're going to be learning how to restore that, because when a child is so anxious, disorderly, as excessively aggressive, how would there be peace in the home? Even you will not be settled. But in that course, we're going to be treating all this. That's why I told you, if you are battling with behavior, start from the guts. Before you blame behavior, heal the guts. Because once the gut is healed, the child you've been praying to see begin to rise. That child you've been wishing to have begin to rise. You can do this, dear parents. Come in for that course. Thank you so much. I don't know if we have any questions as we round off today. I'm inviting you to register for that course. You can send me a DM, visit our pages, the Pacesetter Mum on Instagram, on Facebook. Do where to follow. You see the flyers everywhere for you to get information on how to register for that course, because you're going to be doing yourself a whole world of good by registering for that course. You see that child you desire begin to rise. Thank you so much. We're going to, I can see a question, where do we register? I'm going to be sharing it with you. You can send me a DM on the Pacesetter Mum on Instagram, on Facebook. Send me a DM and we'll respond to that question. We'll send you the information concerning the God course that is coming. It's coming in on the 1st and the 2nd of November 2025. Thank you so much and have a good evening. Please turn on your notification. Do not forget. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Invite friends, because like I said, it's a journey and God has led me to do this. Every week, every Sunday evening, by God's grace, 7 p.m. we'll be going live to do treats on different series. Even after the gods, will be talking about every other aspect. It's a holistic approach. It's a whole transformation that we are seeking. That child that you desire to have, you will sure have that child will thrive. Who says that special needs is one thing? Is not really like a death sentence, like people put it. No, it's not a death. That child can thrive. The child can thrive. So we'll be having our free webinars every Sunday evening by 7 o'clock. We're here last week. We are here today. By God's grace, next week, Friday, we'll still be here to talk about another topic. You can also send us DM. If you have topics you want us to treat, you want us to handle, you can send us DM, send us messages, for you to get enlightened about a particular topic or an area of concern. Just send us a message. We'll be glad to attend to you. If you want to book in for one-on-one coaching, one-on-one counseling, my lines are open. You also have a thriving WhatsApp community where you have one-on-one support. You also get to hear the journey of other parents like you going through the same thing. You can't do life alone. We're not created to do life alone. Even our Father in heaven said, let us. He didn't say, I want to. Let us means that it's not just I. There is God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. Three God in one. So you were not meant to do life alone. You can't, I didn't do this all alone. You're not meant to do life all alone. We thrive in community. No man is an island. Join our community where you see strength, hope, faith. You see the journey of others. There are some that, okay, it seems to be they're doing better than you. There are some that you are doing better than. You get encouraged. You get to see what works, not just tips and hacks. When you come from webinars like this, just get it. But when you commit to a process, you see that transformation you are looking for. God bless you. Thank you. And this is where we'll be calling it a day. Thank you so much. We'll see again next week by 7 p.m. Thank you and bye for now.